Trust me, I respond to over 200 messages on that day. Over 200 messages I responded. The ones that I couldn't respond, maybe because I didn't like the approach or something, but I responded to a lot. It's either I curse you or I respond to you polite. It depends on what you sent to me. So I responded to more than 200 messages. And one, which was my reason for coming here. This man is from Europe. He introduced himself, tell me he's from Croatia. Croatia. And I was like, that was my first time of hearing the name Croatia. Is that a name of a place? I never knew there was a country called Croatia. Seriously. So I'm like, okay, oh, beautiful. When he told me, I did my research, Google is your friend. Realized that it's a beautiful small country, with beautiful seas. And I'm like, okay, I checked their, everything about them. So we kept communicating along the line. It seems like this man is lost because we didn't talk about anything like love. But, there is a conversation sometimes you have with somebody, you would know that he's attracted to you, but in a lustful way. But since we had this conversation of him looking for a job for me in Croatia, I was like, let me be patient a little bit. Because I lack tolerance, seriously. Small thing, I can block you. But I was so tolerant with it, I was tolerating his bullshit. Sometimes he can just call me in the morning. In the morning. This is somebody that we didn't have any conversation of love. He can call me as early as morning. And then he can say some nasty thing. Oh, baby, I call you to see your morning face. I ask, are you my boyfriend? Sometimes he would get angry. I've never met a person like this. And then he would get angry. I'm not your boyfriend, but can't I talk with you? Because you're a beautiful lady, can't I? I'm like, do we go through this shit because we want something? I ended the conversation and then we didn't talk for over a month. Over a month we didn't talk. He started chatting me again because we have extended our chat to WhatsApp. Do you understand? Then we started talking again. He started communicating with me. He said, I'm short-tempered, blah, blah, blah. Let's leave that topic. We started communicating. He said he is sorry. He said in his place, he cannot tell a lady he loves her when he doesn't love her. He just likes me. He just admires my beauty. But he cannot say he loves me. He's only seeing me on camera. So I said, in my place, if you don't love a person, you don't have any relationship with the person, you cannot just have some kind of unnecessary kind of conversation that doesn't make sense. You told me that I'm your friend and you want to search a job for me, blah, blah, blah. He said, okay. We left the topic. We left this discussion in a way that, like, if he finally finds me a job, we're going to have something together. Let me not say, I think, the Europeans, they have this kind of sincerity, I think. For him not to lie to me that I love you on the phone, I feel it's kind of sincerity. We kept communicating and he told me, he opened up to me and said, I cannot find you a job in Europe. I said, you cannot find me a job in Europe. Yeah, but you have a bakery, which he told me. He said, yes, but my bakery I'm only managing. But I have a friend who is a big boy who can find you a job in a club. I said, in a club. When he said a club, my mind sank into my distance. I said, these people want to make me a stripper. Eh? And in my head, I'm like, stripper. They want to make me a stripper. Comport. Sorry, you don't understand this. I'm like, am I leaving Nigeria as a graduate to go and be a stripper? Because before I could digest this thought, he now told me, my friend has a club, and in the club, he needs a waitress. then my mind calmed down a bit. Even though I was not satisfied because I have a bachelor's degree, I'm like, how can I study mass communication? I have a diploma in film production, and then I have, BSc, in television production. So why would I go and then be serving some pink asses coffee? Do you understand me? So I was like, no, I can't do that. So when he connected me with a friend, we talked on phone, and then the friend decided to call me on a video call. When he called me, he saw me. He asked me to stand up, to keep the camera and stand up. In my head, when he asked me to stand up, I said he wants to know the size of my nyash. He wants to see everything. I was not okay. But I stood up. I need a job. I stood up. I kept the camera. I stood up. He asked me, he likes my height. I'm beautiful. I have perfect body shape. Oh, he likes me. He likes me so much. How can I work as a waitress in his club? I'm like, oh, no. I was waiting that we could talk because your friend told me this, but I wish you can get me something better. He said, why? It's okay. I can start with working as a waitress. Then I asked him, how much? Do you understand? Then he told me. When he told me, then I now converted the money in Naira, and I told myself, our people here, even bank managers in my country, they don't get this money. I told him, I said, I can work as a waitress. He said, have you ever done it? I said, yes. I have never, ever sold food before. I've never worked in a bar. I've never, nothing. Do you understand? But I just said yes. Because I don't want to miss the opportunity. I thought maybe I would miss the opportunity if I said no. So he said, okay, that he wants me. Okay, we'll now talk about everything. He wants to start the procedures immediately. I should send my documents. I said, what document? He said, passport and everything. I said, I don't have a passport. He said, okay, go and make a passport. I said, oh my God. I didn't ask for the money for the passport. Then immediately he saw my face. He said, do you have money to make a passport? I said, no. How much does it take to make a passport in your country? I told him at least something a little bit much better. I know I lied, but I told him. When I told him, he sent me the money. I'm like, damn it. You didn't see me. You trust me enough. What if I just eat the money? And then, but I think he saw the genuineness in me. He knew that I needed this job truly. So he was not scared to send me the money for the passport. He sent me the money for the passport. Straight up, I went and did the passport. I did the passport. When I did the passport, I came and I showed him. The passport actually took like 3 weeks, almost a month. I showed him the passport. When I showed him, he said, good. Snap the data page, sent me everything that I need. I sent him all the documents he asked for. I was doing all these procedures. I didn't tell my family, people. It's not like I am scared that there is witches in my family or there are wizards in my family. No, I was not scared. The only reason why I didn't share it with my family members is because I don't want to be discouraged. Remember, this is someone I don't know. I don't know this man from anywhere. This is a risk I'm taking on my own. I don't know them from anywhere. Do you understand? So it's a risk I am taking that I know that if I should tell a family member, I might be discouraged. Or they might do every possible way to stop me from coming. Not because they don't love me or they don't want my progress, but tell me, they would be scared. We know what is going on in Europe with the black people, with the black ladies. They will feel like, oh, somebody has succeeded in manipulating me into coming over so that they can use me, So I keep it a secret. I was doing all the procedures quietly. I didn't tell anybody. Nobody. Remember, I have a son. And they told me that I cannot come with my son. And I'm looking, I'm like, if I should sit down with this young man here, what life am I going to give him? But if I go there, I can find my way and bring him. That was what I told myself. And I told myself, if I would go there legally, I would do every procedures. I would go there through the air. No, through the airplane. I would go there with my documents, with my passport, with a working visa, with a working work contract. What the hell? How can any trafficking happen? How can some shit happen to me? I was just giving myself this, these words of encouragement, these words of affirmation. I was just telling myself, and I told myself that I'm pushing it. We went with the procedures, we started the procedures and everything. He sent me a contract. Remember, Croatia is not an English-speaking country. He sent me the contract. I used Google Translate. Read through the contract. I didn't agree with it. I have to talk with him. He has to rewrite it again and change it. Then he sent it to me.